Hello everyone, this is Chris, and today I'm starting things off by going over to my creeper farm and AFKing for a little bit. That's not too bad for AFKing for an hour. And the reason I did that is because fireworks sell out really fast in this shop. No matter how much I restock it, it always seems to sell out fairly quickly, so we gotta keep this thing as stocked up as possible. Now that that's out of the way, what exactly is our plans for today's episode? Well, if you've been watching my Cosmic series for well over a year now, you might know that I am known for two pretty good minigames. The first one is obviously Hitman, and the past 2 seasons I've made some incredible Hitman events and stuff like that, and while I do plan on making one of those eventually, there's another type of minigame which I have not built for almost a year and a half, and that is actually a boat race course. Yeah, back in Chapter 1, Season 5, I actually made a pretty good boat race course, ice race course, and everyone seemed to really enjoy it, so why not try and make another one in this season? Well, as of right now, there's a small little problem, because the shopping district is kind of made into also a minigames district, kind of like in the exact same place, which means, yeah, not exactly sure where to put a really big ice race course. I was thinking maybe I could put it on the outskirts or something like that. But then I thought, what if I were to put it underneath the ground, like pretty deep down, maybe a Y11 or something like that? And what if I dug it out deep enough and high enough so that you can maybe even race with elytras? So I'm thinking this ice race course could be called Slip and Glide. I'm not exactly sure if that name will stick, but I'm pretty happy with it right now. But if we're gonna have to dig out quite a massive amount of area, we might want to get ourselves a beacon. And instead of fighting the Wither, I actually managed to find a Wither Killer design. And in between episodes, I actually managed to build it and test it, and yes, it works pretty phenomenally. And here it is. Here's the small little Wither Killer. I can't take credit for the design. I found it online, but yeah, basically I did do some testing. You can see that it has been working. I haven't died, and I will show you exactly how I managed to how this actually manages to work. So all you gotta do is you gotta place your first soul sand right there, and then your other 3 right here. If you place it, I think, anywhere else, then there is a pretty high likelihood that the Wither can escape. But you place it right there, then it should be good. And then we place this in here, and yep, the Wither should now be trapped. You gotta give it a second for it to do its explodey thing, and then when it does that, then you are free to let it either die on its own or kill it. It is a little bit tricky, and you do occasionally get a little bit withered, but for the most part, it's nothing too hard to handle. But then sometimes you do get the wither skeletons that also spawn in here. But yeah, for the most part, it seems oh, Enderman. Oh no, okay. Oh, and hey, we got wither roses too. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so long as this guy doesn't blow things up. Okay, we got the wither roses, which is a nice thing. But yeah, assuming there we go. See, not hard at all, not stressful at all, and we got ourselves 3 wither roses. Not sure what we could do with these, but it's always cool to have. But yeah, that's basically how this Wither Killer works. It just gets itself stuck up there, and then you just either let it die on its own, or you finish it off with your sword. Now that we have a beacon, mining out this area should be made miles easier. And there we go. Now we actually have haste, so mining out this area is gonna be way easier than normally. But before we go crazy with mining, we should probably mark out the area which we're going to have our track at. So I think I want to have like about 100 block long, I guess a straight bit at the start. So counting to 100 shouldn't be anything too difficult, especially when recording. Okay, I lied. It's incredibly difficult to count and commentate at the same time, but what isn't difficult is actually finding diamonds while mining this place out. Alright, now that we're at the end, I kind of want to make this maybe about 12 blocks thick, and then I'm not exactly sure how high. Maybe 6 to 8 blocks high, because again, this is going to be for ice racing and elytra racing, so we got to make it big enough for both of them. Now that we have the first 100 blocks pretty much marked out, I think we can at least mine out this area to give you some idea as to how big this place will be. And keep in mind that this 100 block long thing is gonna be pretty small compared to the rest of the size of this huge ice elytra race course. A couple hours later, and with help from Eva, we managed to make the first I guess long stretch of this one ice track. And I still miss doing third-person time-lapse. Like, I really need to look into trying to properly fix my second account. But now let's actually start getting to work on this one place. And when I say get to work, what I really should have said was start laying down the side barriers, which is going to be this red concrete. Kind of similar to the one I did back in Chapter 1, Season 5, but hopefully the layout of the track will be different enough. And speaking of the race course, here's a small little diagram as to how the track is going to be laid out. So this is the really long bit we're at right now, and then it's going to sort of swerve around, up and down, all around the shopping district in a pattern like this. I'm considering adding maybe like some shortcuts here and there, but generally, this is what the track is going to look like. But now let's actually start laying out some of the ice. And I want to kind of have some, I guess, strategy, because like in these, I guess, outer lanes is going to be the normal packed ice, but then there's going to be a couple lines of blue ice. So you're going to want to be really careful as to where you are slipping across the track. I was expecting to get a little bit further with the ice I had. I guess what we could do instead is now start working on the walls, the ceiling, and other types of things like that. But first off, I need to go mend my pick. Like, it has some health left, but I really want to have, like, as much, full health as possible when working on something like this. And I was told that in the end, there is a brand new, Enderman Farm grinder XP thing, and I was also told to record my reactions of it, so, this is probably going to be a pretty good, Enderman grinder then, if they want to see my, initial reactions of it. Now, all we have to do is find where this thing, oh, well, that wasn't too hard. Oh, there's a lot of water. There's a big platform, so presumably the Enderman can't actually spawn on here. And what do we have here? Please follow the signs above when farming. Thanks. No griefing, stealing. Please replace any broken. Okay, general things. And I like the design. I like how everything looks. And it seems. Oh, we just have empty chests. That's cool. But more importantly, oh, there's the Enderman. There's the things I'm looking for. But how efficient actually is this thing? That's the thing I'm really wondering. And from the looks of things, a pretty efficient farm too. Like, you don't need to wait too long for a whole bunch of Endermen to just fall down, which is a pretty neat farm. I will almost definitely be back at that farm at least a few times this episode. For now though, I'll just be back at this iceberg gathering up even more ice for our track. I think about a shulker box worth will be just about enough for now. I'm also gonna grab a little bit of snow. You'll see why in just a little bit, but for now I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it. And it's kind of obvious as of what I want to do. I want to farm some snow because I think the walls made out of snow would look really nice. No idea what to do with the roof, if I'm honest. I haven't planned out this entire thing, but I think at least the walls made out of snow would look pretty good. And also, it's pretty easy to get in a bulk supply. Actually, before we worry about the walls, let's actually place in more of this ice. You never really realize how expensive blue ice is until you have to build a lot out of it. Well, at least snow is pretty cheap and easy to get in a bulk supply. About an hour or so later, and we have pretty much the walls of the starting bit done. And while building this up, I had a chat with Eva and James and some other people, and they suggested that maybe quartz or some other white block could be a good thing for the ceiling. And you might be thinking, okay, that's great and all, but where on earth are you gonna get enough quartz? Well, if you remember on episode, I think 2 or something like that, I did a big mega netherite mining session, and most of these tunnels I still haven't cleared out of the nether quartz. So long as we go in deep enough inside of these tunnels, we should be able to find quite a decent amount of quartz. And while mining for quartz, I figured doing a first-person time-lapse talking about third-person time-lapses, because it's kind of weird, because I usually do my third-person time-lapses on my phone, and lately when I tried logging out of my main account and into my second account, it sort of, I guess, glitches back into my main account. So, in case anyone happens to know what's going on or how to fix it, then please do let me know, because I really miss doing third-person time-lapses. They always make the video just a little bit more interesting. About a day of nether quartz mining later, and this is all the smooth quartz I managed to get. And if we turn them all into slabs, and we should have quite enough, or at least enough to get the first bit done. And just to break up some of the smooth quartz that we're going to be placing, I'm actually going to build I guess support beams, if you want to call it that right there, just to break it up just a little bit here and there, because I think having just smooth quartz at the roof not only will be extremely expensive, but will also be a little bit bland. And here's what one of the sections is going to look like. It's pretty simple, and the main thing I really want to worry about is lighting, and I've lit up everything as best as I can. The only worry is right down the center. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here yet, but in general, I think this is a pretty simple yet good-looking repeating pattern, which we could repeat down across the entirety of this racetrack. And I say this almost every single episode, but in my mind, it probably shouldn't take too long making these repeating patterns in this one tunnel, but in reality, it's probably gonna take at least a little bit of time. I really need to stop saying things like that, because 3 agonizing hours later, and we managed to build this first section of the area completely finished. Well, not completely finished. We still need to work out the lighting in the center, and there's still other decorations, but I guess the general shape of this first area is now completely done. And yeah, I didn't realize this, but we are building on a slime chunk, so we're gonna have to figure out some method of stopping them spawning. And also, I got my measurements off by literally 1 block. I got my measurements off. But you know what? Let's try not to think about that extra little block at the end and worry about other things on this ice track. And when I say other things in the ice track, what I really should have said was the main, I guess, area in which you are going to start off in. I'm not going to build literally every single thing in this, I guess, starting area, because there's quite a few things I have planned for it, but I at least want to build the first room and at least the general shape of it. Now that we have most of this big cleared out, now we have an actual, I guess, canvas on making an actual room here. And no, the beacon will not be part of the decoration of this one room. But what will be a feature of this place is more walls made out of snow. Oh, actually, I just thought, you know what would work really well with snow? Maybe some spruce planks on the floor. Oh yeah, this is like absolutely improving the room. And maybe this birch wood that I just so happen to have in my pocket might work best for the ceiling inside of here. Oh, I didn't realize that I finished this room until I actually finished it, but yeah, I guess now that this beacon has served its purpose, we should probably move it further into the ice course now. And from the looks of things, Demonic is here helping me out too, which, you know what, I am always welcome to having some help every now and then. But ignoring some of the chests and some of the scaffolding here, this is pretty much what the I guess the baseline of the room is gonna look like. We'll of course add decorations and rooms and proper entrance and other things like that, but at least for now we have something right here, rather than just a damp cave. For now, though, let's get this beacon placed in just a little bit further, because we still have a lot of mining to do. Now that that's done, I think I've come to the conclusion that there's no way I'm gonna finish this today. There's no way I'm going to probably even get half of this done today, but you know what? Let's try and put in like a really good push, like right now, to try and get as much work done as we could possibly get. And do you know what's just as good as having a third-person time-lapse? Montage! What I did right here doesn't necessarily look like too much work, but this actually took 6 hours to create just this one singular turn. And if I had still more resources and, more importantly, time, I totally would have at least finished that. But you know what? Right now it's a decent start right there. I also tried adding buttons in here to try stopping the slimes from spawning, but trying to make them look a little bit like arrows, but I don't think it's really working. I keep finding a slime spawning in here, so I have another idea as to what we could do. What if we were to just like maybe put a whole bunch of slimes, say 3 or 4 boat worths of slimes, like inside the walls, name tag them. That way they wouldn't have a chance of actually spawning inside of here, and we wouldn't have to hear the slime noises all the time. I think something like that might work, but for now, you know what, even though we only have like a very small slither of this done, let's at least write it just to see how it feels like. And if we turn right here, yep, okay, yeah. We only have a very small amount done, but already, I can already tell that this is gonna be, quite the boat race, track. So I think before I work on this next time, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, 1, gather up lots and lots more resources, but more importantly, probably just dig out the whole rest of the racetrack, because I think that was the big thing that was really, holding me back and keeping me from actually doing a whole bunch of progress. But, you know what, for what we did today, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty proud of the start we managed to make. So, next time we see this, you will see a whole lot more progress, be put onto it. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.